Hello, I'm gonna play a quick draft Theros Beyond Death. So the uncommons are good. Commons are pretty underwhelming. I think maybe this is the best one, which isn't too great, but all the uncommons are good, and Nightmare Shepherd is a great first pick. Siona is pretty cool with Nightmare Shepherd, but it pushes you to the 3-color deck. Still splashing white in a green deck. Shouldn't be too hard. This could be also pretty nice. It's a very good fit to Shepherd, saving it from some removal and getting the second copy. This is also pretty nice. So maybe a safer route with a monocolored creature. I could only pick this or this. These green commons are cool. This is a little worse, but it's in the color of my first pick, so this also makes sense. But let's go with this outside right now. This can be also pretty good if I have good devotion to white, because enters the battlefield effect are also very good with Nightmare Shepherd, and this doesn't even lose much by returning as a 1/1 instead of 1/2. Still the tokens matter the most. But this could be also a very good fit to Nightmare Shepherd, so it isn't in the color of outside, but sacrificing creatures for some value and still getting a token copy, even if it's a 1/1, is pretty good with aspirants. So maybe it's a better combo even than this Hoplite that really needs good devotion to white to be worth it, and Nightmare Shepherd can be really sweet in a Rakdos sacrifice deck, so I can try to get there. Omen is also nice, but maybe Agonizing Remorse is a better pick. Still you can get multiples of this Omen quite often. This is an uncommon, so why not? Another Siona. And nothing too great for me anyway, so I can speculate on it. Maybe I will be an Abzan deck after all, so why not speculate here? Or I could just pick the Birth of Meletis if I would be an Orzhov deck or something, but this isn't a great fit to Shepherd, so speculating on Siona is more appealing, even if I end up in this Rakdos deck after all. And still I know that maybe black won't be that open, so I can just end up in straight up Celestia or something like that. So I think Omen here. Nothing too great. Lion, I like Lionfish, and I know that bots aren't picking it highly. I can still even wait for the other cop to come back on the 9th pick. But with such a great creature as Nightmare Shepherd, some recursion is also welcome, so why not? I can still try to get into black and check what else is open. So nothing too spectacular here. I could pick this one. I could pick Arachnir, which isn't a great fit to Nightmare Shepherd, but it's just maybe the best card here. Except this, but I won't try to get into Gruul. This is in black, but it's worse than the other options. I could pick this and try to be this Abzan deck splash in white, but I think I can get another shot at this Omen, so maybe Arachnir now. Now it's a good time to pick this aspect of Lamprey. So I need some auras if I want to splash Sayona, if I go that direction. So do I want the second Omen? This can be worse in multiples because you don't always have a full graveyard. I could just pick this and fill this graveyard, and it's also good in 3-color decks when green is one of the main colors because it digs for your mana fixing. So maybe now, and fills the graveyard, so then I can see myself playing 2 Omens of the Dead, but first I prefer to enable it. So this is pretty weak. I could just speculate on this. But red doesn't seem open and it's not a great fit to this deck anyway, so I think I will just pick an uncommon here. I could pick this, but this is pretty underwhelming, so I would prefer not to play it, so I will be greedy with the vault purposes now. So if I'm base Golgari, this is probably serviceable enough, but I think this is more important. This is still a filler, not a great creature, so I think I will be able to do better. And filler 2-drop. Still I hope I can do better, but maybe it will be important. Okay, so the other Sionas didn't come back, but I think from the first booster, but with the second copy it's still cool. And this is very good, but blue didn't seem open enough, so I took this on one of the last picks, but no other blue cards here, so I won't try to get into Dimir or something like that. So still looking to be a Golgari deck splash in white for Sionas. I don't know if this is splashable enough. Maybe it will depend on the quality of my fixing. So for now I have only Relentless Pursuit, which isn't fixing, but helps in that matter, and Traveler's Amulet, which is quite good for this purpose. Okay, so this and this could be other options, but I think I'm happy enough with Sayona right now. So still need more auras. This is a splashable aura. Yeah, nothing great for me. I could pick Funeral Rites or the second Omen or the second Amulet, but I don't stay well in the removal department, and I end with targets for Sayona. If I want to play 2 copies, I need some cards to find with Siona's ability. Okay, and this is more interesting. I have two black uncommons. I would prefer to mark it here. But also this is pretty cool. I think maybe Tamart for now. I still have more black cards. One of them being a filler. And still green looks like my secondary color, so I can have a good devotion to black and I could try to change my plan and go into Orzhov splashing green with Pilgrim, then picking Pilgrim because I don't think it's splashable enough. But if white is one of my main colors, it could be cool. And then I lose fixing from green, so I would depend on cards like Traveler's Amulet, maybe picking another copy or this altar artifact. But I think I'm happy with the Mara. I hope I'll get there with green monsters, so I can pass another one. This is pretty cool. Very good with Nightmare Shepherd. I could really use some sacrifice outlet, so maybe not in red. Yeah, I think I would prefer to stay in Abzan. But black has some good options like Soul Reaper of Mogis or this 2 mana 1/3 creature that drains life with sacrifice. Another playable aura, but also Alsight is pretty appealing. Maybe I'll try to be an Orzhov deck splashing green for Sionas because I still pass one more aura this way, but really it's not looking that the green is that open. And even if I have some good options, I have better options in black for now, but here I would just pick the best card and try to get there with Orzhov deck splashing green. Maybe. Let's try. This way I get to play two Alsights which are very good with Nightmare Shepherd, and Arachnir isn't that great. It's just a good card by itself, but isn't that great with Nightmare Shepherd, for example. So okay, an aura, I suppose. Some fodder for Siona. This isn't the most appealing aura, but maybe I will need one more. Maybe I'll cut it, maybe I'll leave it in my deck, but let's get an option. Staggering Insight is quite appealing, but 4-color deck isn't, I suppose. So splashing blue just for this doesn't sound great, and splashing green for 2 copies of Sion sounds better, and then I don't want to be a 4-color deck. So another outside, why not? I can play 3 copies, it's good enough. That, okay, so maybe some 2-drops now. I have a pretty unappealing filler 2-drop and Timaret, which is great. But it's only 2 2-drops, one of them being unappealing, so maybe this Leonin right now. 4 drops aren't that important. Glory Bearers isn't one of better ones. This can be sweet with Nightmare Shepherd and some sacrifice outlets to trigger it twice. But it's pretty far-fetched, and so it shouldn't be a high pick. Maybe I will pick this later, some late pick, and I'm not sure if there were other copies. I could just pick it now. But still I don't have these sacrifice outlets, so it would really need to happen a lot for me to get there. Okay, so I don't know, Soulgate Lantern. Or the second Omen right now. So I have some protection for Nightmare Shepherd, so playing a lot of Omens doesn't sound that appealing, and still Nightmare Shepherd exiles creatures from graveyard, so it doesn't combine well. So of course I won't draw Nightmare Shepherd in every game, but really I don't think this deck looks to play a lot of copies of this Omen. Maybe even one can be unappealing. It's probably Soulgate Lantern. I don't have many removal spells, so exiling a creature, an escape creature from the graveyard and still drawing a card later sounds well enough. I can at least consider this. Nothing good here. Okay, let's pick this equipment. But also I don't look to play it. Pretty bad here as well, so I'll just pick an uncommon. I can actually consider Unknown Shores. I don't like this card, but still if I'm splashing green and not other color when green provides fixing, this can be good enough. I still don't have other fixing cards except Amulet, so Unknown Shores it is. Okay, so this the end of the booster was pretty bad. I won't splash red, I suppose, for one Crown War. So I still think green is my splash color, not one of the main colors, so I won't pick Typhon this time as well. So this could be good, but I'm gonna go with Catoblepas right now. Maybe Altar. Could be good. This isn't bad. So I didn't get to this green escape theme. I don't have any escape cards, so this isn't that great. I can even consider picking Harpy over this. Yeah, probably. I can get there with escape cards, but right now I don't have any, so this isn't that appealing, and having some flyers is important in this set. Exiling a card from a graveyard is also pretty good, so this Harpy sounds exciting enough. This should be cool because I have this black devotion theme. Still I have quite a lot of white cards, but I would prefer to be a black devotion deck with 2 Catoblepas and still double black here, double black into Maret, so I can see myself playing a lot of swamps and less plains. Grey Merchant should be cool. And I would like to pick at least one copy of this, but I still pass this quite often because I have better options. Okay, the second Grey Merchant, cool. I could see also my playing one altar in this deck, so I hope I'll get a chance to pick this later. This card, maybe not this copy. So still the most appealing card here, I think. I don't think I want to splash Return to Nature. Flicker of Fate isn't that exciting in my deck. So one Dreadful Apathy as a good combo. And some minor combos. Aspect is quite cool. Sayona as well. Grey Merchant. Some options are here. But a lot of that covers still Nightmare Shepherd, so this Flicker doesn't sound that exciting. So let's go with this Hierophant. And what now? Funeral Rites, I suppose. So the lack of escape cards is a shame in this deck. So I suppose one copy of this Omen can be good to get some value of filling the graveyard. Another protection spell after having 3 copies of Alsight. Or just an unexciting filler that fits the Devotion to Black theme. I have 2 better 4-drop creatures, an enchantment. Both options are pretty unappealing, I have to say. With 3 copies of Alsight, I don't really think I will be playing that, so maybe this has more chance to get to my deck. Okay, cool. And this. So, is the other copy coming back? That is the question, but maybe I still prefer this land, but I really need some sacrifice outlet in this deck. So, yeah. I could use more even, so. I probably won't play 2 copies. If I won't get this altar, my fixing will be pretty bad. But I can also consider if I want to splash for Seonas. I have only 3 auras right now, but okay, let's pick this just to get an option. This is pretty cool. I think I can be in just an Orzhov deck because Sayona won't be that great since I have only 3 auras. I didn't prioritize them. So okay, this is how it went. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I still think this deck can be pretty interesting. I will build it in my next video, so check out link to the whole playlist in the description, and I hope I'll see you there.